and welcome back to Mama Needs a Goal. Thank you so much for joining me today, and if you're new here, welcome. So I am back at it again here in the kitchen. I have another fun and easy appetizer and dessert. So today we're going to be making a candy cane as an appetizer. We're going to be using some fresh mozzarella, some tomato, basil, and just making it into a cute little candy cane. This is great for any holiday party. You can, because you can make it as large or as small as you want. It's great to take to any parties, have it for Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, or just for you know, if you're having a cocoa bar even, and it's kind of like drinks, hot cocoa and cider and stuff, this would be great to have as a small little appetizer if you're having friends over, just enjoy some hot cocoa and chit chat. And then the other thing is we're going to make some gnome cookies. And I promise you, friends, it probably sounds a little intimidating, like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to decorate this. Promise you, it is so simple and easy. It's items you just buy at the grocery store. You don't have to be an artist to make these. They're really, really cute and delicious, I might add. So we're gonna start off first with making our candy cane appetizer. And I have here some sliced mozzarella cheese. This is the fresh mozzarella. I get a 2-pack at Costco. I will not be using all of this. I'm just making a small one for my hubby and I think my oldest son will eat it. But this is what I get at Costco. You can buy single of these in the grocery store. It's just a really good deal at Costco, and we use those all the time. And then I have myself 3 tomatoes. I'm probably only going to use 2. But I had 3 just in case. I have some balsamic vinegar. I get this at Costco as well, and I just have a little dish we're going to put it in. And then some, I think I'm going to probably add some basil sprigs to it as well, just to give it a little bit of greenery. You can use a tray, a cutting board. If you don't have a tray or a cutting board, a piece of cardboard wrapped in beautiful Christmas wrapping paper, and then put some plastic wrap on top of the paper so it doesn't you know, seep through. I've done that a million times. So if you don't have a tray large enough, just get yourself some cardboard, cut a box out, double it up maybe, just so it doesn't flop around easily if the cardboard's not thick. But you can turn any cardboard box into a tray by wrapping it with wrapping paper and some plastic wrap, and it's easy. So let's go ahead, turn this camera down, and let's get started making this candy cane appetizer. All right, my friends, so we are going to start by cutting our tomatoes. I just have it here on a little plastic cutting board. We're just going to go ahead and slice. I mean, just slice it however thick you prefer. Oops, that was a little too thin. I have a 3rd tomato, so if I need it, I can go ahead and cut it. I'm not going to cut that up right now. We're going to see how this all plays out. We may not need it. I think I'm going to have enough, but just to be on the safe side, I'd like to have that. Okay? Now we're just going to go ahead and move this off to the side now. And then I have my big cheese board here, or cutting board, I guess you should say. As I mentioned before, you can use a cutting board, you can use a tray, you can get yourself a heavy-duty piece of cardboard, like a box, cut it up, maybe layer it, wrap it in some pretty wrapping paper, put plastic on it, and create your own charcuterie board. So we're going to start off with the cheese. So I'm going to take a small piece of the cheese, and we're going to start here off on the side because we're going to create a candy cane. Then we're going to take a tomato. I'm going to bring it down a little bit further. Just want to have enough room to go over the hoop, or to create a half circle. I don't know what I was saying, a hoop. Okay, oops. And friends, like I said, this is so simple and easy to do. The cheese that I bought, that I had mentioned, turn that around so it looks prettier. I bought it at Costco, so it's already pre-sliced. You don't have to do that slicing of the cheese. Can you see it starting to turn now? And you can see where I cut it a little bit thin, so you just put that side down so the cheese covers it as you go around, and it'll look a lot prettier. Then we're going to bring it around, bring it back down. There we go. Can you see it starting to take shape now? I love, love, love this. It does not take much time at all for this to form, as you can see how quickly this is going. Go. And don't want to end it in a tomato, or don't want to end it in cheese. I think I'm going to end it in cheese. And there you go, my friends. Beautiful candy cane. Let me grab a napkin. Paper towel, I should say. Can you see that? Is that gorgeous? And I've got some juice that I dripped. I'm just going to go ahead and wipe it up just to make it more attractive. And then I have a little white bowl. I'm just going to sit off on the side, I think right here. And then I have some balsamic vinaigrette. I purchased this at Costco. I'm going to go ahead and just pour that in the bowl here. Okay, and like I said, this makes a great appetizer. You could make a wreath out of this as well. It would look really, really nice. And then, before I finish it off, I want to show you real quick. I have a loaf of crusty bread. I just took this out of the oven. So I'm going to go ahead and slice a few slices off. Still warm. End piece off. Probably should be cutting this on a cutting board instead of on the Reynolds wrap. We love tomato and mozzarella with some crusty bread and a little bit of basil, and so good. Alright, so let's put this aside real quick and pull the tray back down. So I'm going to bring this back down again. And then I'm just going to go ahead and take some of my bread and just kind of put it around. You can do as much as you want for this. I'm just going to do a few little pieces just because I don't want to cut it all up ahead of time. And then I have some fresh basil. Now, I ended up purchasing, I was at Wegmans, and to buy a thing of basil, it was like almost $4, and they had the basil plants on sale too for $6. So I went ahead and bought a basil plant. So I really have some fresh basil. And what I'm going to do is just tuck a little bit in here just to add a little bit of greenery on here, just to make it, you know, that Christmas color. I just think it's absolutely beautiful. I'm going to tuck in a few here and there. Also going to tuck a couple leaves here in the near the bread as well. I think what I'm going to do is do it that way. There we go. And then do this one there. It really is pretty. It's coming together nicely. Nicely, nicely. So pretty. There we go. Add that right there with that, friends. Let me move some of this out of the way so you can get a good view. I will get a nice shot for you. But friends, look at that. Is that absolutely gorgeous or what? Let me get the camera down and just do a quick view for you, because this is so beautiful and so easy to make. friends, so next we're going to go ahead and make our gnome sugar cookies. So what you're going to need for that is a mini muffin tin, not a regular one. We want to use a mini one. We're going to need to spray it with some cooking spray. You need a pack of sugar cookies. I just picked, these were the only ones they had at the grocery store, so I picked these up. We're going to need a can of vanilla frosting, or you could even use like cream cheese frosting. Just make sure it's white, but the cream cheese I think would be really, really good. We're going to need some strawberries. Oops, I just dripped juice everywhere. And then some white chocolate. We don't need a ton of this. And then lastly, we're going to use the nut, what do you call it, the M&M peanuts. I bought a big bag, and this is all that I got out of that bag, red. So if you can find the red and green ones, please pick that up, because that's all I got out. But I have enough to make for what we need for our family, because any more would be too much. But if you want to make a larger batch, I suggest buying the bag with the red and green, because there was not many in there. And that's it, my friends. Not a lot of ingredients, and I'm sorry. And also a Ziploc bag. I'm going to be putting the frosting in there and creating a decorator bag. I do have decorator bags, but they're put away and I didn't feel like dragging it out. So if you have a decorator bag, you're fine. So let's go ahead, turn this camera down, and get started. All right, my friends, so I'm going to go ahead. I have my oven lit for at 350. And while that's heating up, I'm spraying my small mini muffin pan quickly so I don't forget. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and melt just a tiny bit of white chocolate. I'm going to put the tips of the chocolate. I think I'm just going to need a small square of that. I'm going to put that in my little bowl. I'm just going to slice that up a little bit to make it melt, allow it to melt easier. Put this back. Okay. Like that. I'm not going to melt this quite yet, because what I want to do, I'm going to go ahead and make 6 of these, since I only had the 6, 6 M&Ms. As I mentioned, you want to make sure you get the ones with the red and green ones, just because. So I'm going to go ahead and slice the top of my strawberry off, and then I'm going to make a V shape in there like that. Okay. And then it's going to come off and look like that. So we're going to go ahead and do that with our strawberries. And like I said, I'm doing 6 strawberries, or 6 cookies, because I don't need a whole bunch of them. So I'm just going to go ahead and do 6 strawberries. Okay, we have that done. Now I'm going to go ahead, since that's done, I'm going to go throw my chocolate in the microwave. I have a melt button on my microwave, so just follow the directions on the package. But I'm going to use my melt button, so let's throw that in real quick. Alright, so while that is melting, I'm going to go ahead and open up my cookies. Cookie dough, I should say. And there we have it. Just like that. Alright, my chocolate is just about melted. Just needs to go in for a couple more seconds. Go ahead and start that up. In the meantime, I just opened up my cookies. And I'm going to go ahead and put in, you don't need to smash these down or anything, you just put them in just like that. Like I said, I'm doing 6 of them. I'll probably go ahead and just bake these as regular cookies when I'm done with this. That. I'm just putting that in there just like that. That's all you need to do. So I'm going to throw this in the oven on 350 for about 20 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in now. Let me set my timer. Okay, let's get that chocolate out now. We're going to go ahead and stir that real quick. You can see that did not take long. It's almost melted. Okay. I'll get that completely melted. Might need to do for another 2 seconds. Alright, should be done now. There we go. Nice and melted. And then what I'm going to do, like I said, I didn't use a lot, so I'm just putting it down here like that. And then what I'm going to do now is just take my strawberries, and I'm just going to dip the tip in there. Just like that. And just sit it down and let it set up. Just kind of creating like the little ball that's on top of Santa's hat. Like that. And another ones. We've got our 4, 5, and 6, just like that. So we're going to leave these set up and harden while our cookies are in the oven, and then when they're ready to come out, we'll come back and put this together. Alright, my friends, timer has gone off, so let's go ahead and, oh, that's perfect. There we go. We're going to take these out, and this is what it looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and sit it on this wire rack so it can cool. And then I'm going to go ahead, I have just a teaspoon here with the rounded edge, and I'm going to go ahead and just push it right in the middle just to kind of create like a little indentation, because we're going to put the frosting in there. So we just want to push down right in the middle like that. I'll pull you a little bit closer so you can see. I'm just pushing down right in the middle, and I'm doing this right after they come out of the oven because they're still warm. Okay, and there we go. And I'll hold that up so you guys can get a quick look at it. You see how I pressed that down and just created a little cup holder kinda. So now I'm going to let these sit on this rack, and when they're cool, we're going to go ahead and put together our cookies. Alright, my friends, they are cool now. So I'm just going to take my knife and just gently knock those loose. You don't want to be careful because you don't want to break them. It doesn't take much to loosen them. There we go. You just got to be careful. You can see. I guess you guys can't see because I have it in the way in the camera. Just gently put it in there and they pop right out. So I'm going to go ahead and get my tray that I'm going to be putting them on. And this is what they look like when they come out. Okay, and I'll put those down there like that. Oh, now this one did stick to the bottom a little bit. Yeah, see that? That did stick a little bit. So we're gonna put that back together. And you know what I can do actually to keep that together? Is just put a little bit of frosting. So what I'm gonna do is hold that upside down, put a little bit of frosting on it, and just put it back on. So what I'm going to do now is take my bag here and my frosting. We're going to put a little bit of frosting in here. Just like that. Do 2 heaps just for, oh shoot. And again, my friends, another kitchen blunder. Y'all know every time I cook, I do something like that. Not gonna edit it out, but I'm gonna wipe that up. Keeping it real, folks, just so you know that this does happen all the time. Not a big deal. I'm wiping it off. So we're gonna put these down. I'm gonna put that off to the side and do that last. And put him there. All right, so I squeeze my frosting down. I'm gonna cut the tip off. Make sure you do it away from everything because you don't want to have that little plastic tip get into your food. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm just filling in the center here like that. Now we're gonna make a beard. So first I'm gonna come up, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a little bit of extra right here, like on the front. We're gonna bring it down like that for a beard. Like that. You guys, you see that? Just brought that down and made a little beard. Go ahead and fill the rest of these up. I bring it up high like that. And then we're going to just bring it down into a little beard. Just like that. Around the front. And then we're going to take our strawberries that we cut our little triangle out of with our chocolate on top. And we're just going to sit that right on top like that. Can you all see that? You see it coming together? So we're going to go ahead and do that with these few here. Right on top. Do it with him. I get a toothpick. I'm just going to, this one here is a little crazy beard, so I want it to be a little more angled. There we go. I can just play with it a little bit. And making little gnomes, and these also can pass for little Santa Clauses, whatever you want to call them. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead. Let me turn this around so y'all can see what I'm doing. Can you see the front of that? Are they adorable or what? So now I'm going to go ahead and take my little peanut M&Ms, and I'm just going to put that right in there for the nose. How stinking adorable. Now friends, if you have allergies to peanuts, you can absolutely use like maybe some little raspberries or any colored candy, like maybe Skittles. Skittles would work too if you can find the little like tropical flavored ones to go with the strawberries. And there you have it, my friends. How stinking cute. So I'm gonna go ahead and make up the other three, and I'm got a little much on him. Put him there, and I mentioned how the bottom came off. I'm just gonna add just a little bit of frosting. I'm gonna use it like a glue. Okay. Then we're just going to pop that right on there like that, and that way it'll hold the bottom on. No problem. Okay. Now let's go ahead and probably might need to use a little bit more frosting, icing, whatever you want to call it. Put the nose on. They are so stinking cute, friends. So cute. Oh my goodness. Adorable. And there we have it. There we go, friends. Look. Is that adorable? Alright, my friends, so that'll do it for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. And I'm hoping that it inspired you or gave you some ideas for Christmas or for an upcoming party that you may be having. I had so much fun making it, and as you saw, it was very simple, easy, and quick to make. And to top it all off, they both are very delicious. So friends, thanks again. I really appreciate it. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing, as it does greatly help me out. And also, don't forget to go check me out over on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok, and Twitter. I am extremely active on Facebook and Instagram. So friends, thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Bye!